What is the world come to? Today we're playing mono blue cars in Vintage. Let's go check it out. Science has definitely gone too far. Today we're playing a take on Crazy Diamonds Vintage list. They won a Vintage challenge, and then a supporter of the channel, Nick Walker, suggested that I play it today. So we're taking Nick's suggestion and we're playing mono blue cars in Vintage. It's cars because of the Fantasticar, a card that is probably going to be restricted in Vintage. And if you've been living under a rock, you don't know what this card does, so I'll explain it to you. You have a 3-mana artifact. There's a lot of text on this, by the way. It's a 4/4 vehicle that's also legendary. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you could turn it into a creature. And then if you play 4 non-creature spells this turn, you could sacrifice the card and create 4/4 flying haste tokens. Okay, a lot of 4s, except for the mana cost, which is 3 for some reason. But that's besides the point. A lot of people expect this card is going to be restricted, and well, I wanted to play in Vintage before that happened. Unfortunately, my rental service does not have the Fantasticar available yet. So I'm using my Magic Online Daybreak Games account, which doesn't allow you to use the pretty versions of the power that I have on my normal account. So today we're playing the uglier version of the Power 9, unfortunately, but that's okay. We still get to play the deck and showcase how sweet it really is. So what I like about this deck is that it's really smooth. You're running all of the broken mana, like all of the Moxen, as I mentioned. You get Mana Crypt and Lotus Petal, but you also have a lot of interaction, which is a problem that I've had with some recent Vintage videos, where it feels like I just have Force of Will and Mental Misstep, which doesn't feel like enough. This deck list is actually playing 2 main deck copies of Mindbreak Trap and 2 main deck copies of Force of Negation. So you have a lot of interaction on top of all of the broken stuff like the Fantasticar or Hull Reacher plus Time Twister, wherever that one is. And then part of what you have to bridge the gap is Stock Up. Stock Up is really nice here because you have the 6-card disadvantage effects between Force of Negation and Force of Will. Well, Stock Up helps replace some of that card loss, which is really nice. Part of me was thinking that maybe this would be a good deck for Flow State as well, but instead we're running Does Machines. And I almost cut Does Machines until I really started thinking about it. So the first mode on this level up enchantment is that when it enters, you mill 2, you draw 2, and then you discard 2. The mill ability in this deck doesn't really help anywhere except for the Singleton Dig Through time, but you can level it up where the mill ability does come in, which is you pay 2 mana, and then you can return 2 artifacts from your graveyard to your hand. So you could actually Fantasticar multiple times. You could pick up Mishra's Bauble multiple times. So the mill ability helps out a little bit here, but that's sort of all that does in the deck. It's really to get back Fantasticar, Black Lotus, Mishra's Bauble, things like that. And then the third mode of Does Machines turns your artifacts into large creatures that you can attack with. So you have a backup win condition that isn't the Fantasticar or Urza Saga constructs. That's really just the deck. I love how interactive it is and how fast and combo-like it is. I did make one change to the main deck, which is I cut Sensi's Divining Top for the 4th copy of Boomerang Basics. So you might be saying, why would you cut Sensi's Divining Top? That card's banned in Legacy. It's obviously really powerful. Yeah, sort of. So top in this deck is really just an Urza Saga target for when you're flooded out and have nothing else going on. Okay, sure. My issue with that is we're only playing 4 fetch lands today. You have 1 of each fetch land between Scalding Tarn, Polluted Delta, Misty Rainforest, and Flooded Strand. You don't really have a reliable way to shuffle. So you're going to end up spending mana and time looking at the same 3 cards again. I don't think that this is actually a good Sensi's Divining Top deck. You're also not running Bolas's Citadel. Meanwhile, the Mono White Initiative deck is the 2nd most popular deck in Vintage, and it's rising. So why wouldn't I play a card that helps me in one of my tougher matchups? It's a no-brainer. And if it's not live, you just cycle it and draw a new card because that's what Boomerang Basics does. So yeah, I'm playing the 4th Boomerang Basics instead. And then in the sideboard, I'm playing Leyline of the Void. You could play Crazy Diamond sideboard that has 2 Tormod's Crypts, 2 Soul Guide Lanterns. And I get it, those cards trigger the Fantasticar, but in my experience playing Vintage, you just need Leyline of the Void versus those Bazaar of Baghdad strategies. Yeah, you can play these other cards, but they're nowhere near as effective as Leyline of the Void. And I ended up cutting 2 Null Rod out of their sideboard to make room for the full playset of Leyline of the Void. We're running 18 artifacts in our deck today. I'm not playing Null Rod, I'm sorry. I know it's good versus Jewel Shops, but we're already main decking 2 copies of Hull Breacher. We're going to do well in that matchup anyway. So that's my deck tech. Thanks to Nick Walker for suggesting this deck. Shout outs to Crazy Diamond for coming up with a really sweet strategy, and hopefully I get to show off how sweet it really is in the video today. So if you enjoy it, like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff, and I'll see you in match number 1. Don't go anywhere. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicswarm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicswarm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to match number 1. We're on the play. Let's go. We have turn 1 Does Machines. Let's try it. What I like about this is that we can level up and immediately get back the Mishra's Bauble. We'll play the Mox Sapphire, Ancient Tomb, and Does Machines. Am I supposed to just get rid of double Bauble? Or do I get rid of the land? I think I'm going to get rid of the land because we might draw another land. And I don't really feel like I need land number 4 here. Mental Misstep is their top card. We'll pass. Mindbreak Trap, okay. They play Scalding Tarn, Mox Sapphire, and it looks like they're passing. We find Stock Up. Let's level up the Does Machines. Okay, we'll return the pair of Mishra's Bauble. My opponent deep in the tank on this one. And now we'll play Mishra's Bauble. And again, let's look at their top card. There's a Saga. We'll see if they try to fetch on my end step to Surveil, and then I can bobble again. And they do fetch. So they no longer have the Saga. We know that they have Mental Misstep. And now I'll Mishra's Bauble again. Ancestral Recall, that's a pretty good one. Alright, we draw Time Walk and Ancient Tomb. They fetch. Underground Sea. Tezzeret Cruel Captain. I think I'm going to Force of Negation this. No, we'll let it go. Because if they Ancestral Recall now, I can Force of Negation and then Mindbreak Trap if they try to interact. Although I might have given them information by pausing so long. And they might just Ancestral now. And yep. So, a little punished there. Boomerang Basics. Let's bounce the Sapphire. See if we can draw into something good here. Oh, I forgot they have the Misstep. I'm an idiot. They do burn the Mental Misstep. Yeah, what am I thinking? That's just poor play. 2 mistakes into another. Ay, ay, ay. They use the Tezzeret Cruel Captain. They have 5 cards in their hand. They grab a Black Lotus. They play it. Time Walk. We'll Force of Negation. They Force of Negation back. I will Mindbreak Trap. They have 3 cards in their hand now. They play Manifold Key. 2 cards remain. Another Force of Negation. I'm going to try to high roll here a little bit and assume that I'm going to hit a blue source. Ancestral Recall is pretty good. We'll take Island, Ancestral Recall. 3 other good cards going on the bottom. We'll play Time Walk. Go to my next turn. They have 2 cards still. Ancestral Recall, target myself. I will play Does Machines going down to 10 life. I think I'm going to get rid of this Time Twister. Maybe that's a bad idea. I've seen almost half my deck and I haven't found a Hull Breacher yet. They've already played Ancestral Recall and Manifold Key. I probably don't need the Mental Misstep. And I don't really feel like I need Boomerang Basics either. So maybe I should just keep the Time Twister. Pass the turn. Well, I have to counter that. And I feel a little dumb getting rid of the Mental Misstep. We will exile Force of Will. 2 cards still in their hand. They use the Tezzeret Cruel Captain. Or since he's Divining Top, you can have that. I don't care about top. Oh, another Tezzeret. Sure. They find Mana Crypt, they play the Mana Crypt, and now they play top. Tezzeret's back up to 3 loyalty, and they can spin the top here. Oh, they're doing this. Okay, so they're going to draw a card, then untap the top. Sure, you got it. They play a Polluted Delta, still 2 cards in hand, one of which is since he's Divining Top, and now they play it. Tezzeret is up to 4 loyalty. We will... Actually, maybe I should... Actually, I know the bottom 3 cards on my deck, and they're not cards I want, so let's play stock up first. So this is 1 spell. Car would be... I think they're dead. I could take... No, they're not dead. If I take Car, Probe, and if I can actually... I guess if I can manage to actually use priority correctly, I can win the game. The question is, do we trust myself to do that? I'll play Car, play Scalding Tarn, see if I can actually do this correctly. Well, I guess the trigger here is making it so I can't mess up no matter what. Phew! And now we'll force my own Car. Or force my own Probe to trigger the Car. Yes. Beep beep. I always mess up holding priority on Magic Online, so it makes me very nervous. And now we'll attack the opponent. Nice. Maybe for Vintage we'll do pile view. I generally prefer card view, but you can't see my entire deck, so I don't know if that's a great idea. We'll bring in Consign to Memory, Flusterstorm. I don't think that this is a very good Boomerang Basics matchup, so maybe we just get rid of those. Let's try this. Game 2 on the draw. This hand is an easy keep for me. You have Force of Will for all of their shenanigans. You have a Time Walk. You can stock up. Like, there's a lot to like about this hand. So we'll see where it goes. They lead on Misty Rainforest. All right, our opponent might be double queuing or something. Everything is taking just like an extremely long time. I drew Flusterstorm. We'll bobble ourselves because if we don't want the top card, we can just fetch. I don't think I want Does Machine, so I will fetch now. Pass the turn. They search out Undercity Sewers. We draw a card. Beep beep. Love it. There's a Saga. 2 mana for a Demonic Tutor. I don't think so. Flusterstorm. I wonder if I'm supposed to try to play Car on my turn to avoid Consign to Memory, but I can't trigger it, which makes me think that maybe stock up is just better. They play Black Lotus. Interesting. Another Flusterstorm. Let's play Time Walk here. Because that way, if I stock up and hit a land, I can keep open Consign to Memory or Flusterstorm. Or I could just draw the land. Had it the whole time. Let's play stock up. They Force of Will, exiling Lorien Revealed. I think this is something I'm supposed to fight over. Will Force of Will back, exile Consign to Memory. We'll take another stock up and Force of Will. Pass the turn. They have 1 card in their hand, but they do have an Urza Saga. Saga goes to the 2nd chapter, Tolarian Academy. 3 mana, 6 mana for a Bolas's Citadel. Will Force of Will, exiling Flusterstorm. And the opponent concedes the match. I mean, I love Tinker and a Bolas's Citadel. My favorite thing, not even close, about Vintage. So it hurts my feelings a little bit to do this, but I do love winning. And that's what's really important. So we are now 1-0, and let's go see how we do in match number 2.
Building a new deck usually means getting hit with a dozen different shipping fees from a dozen different sellers. It adds up fast, and honestly, it's the worst part of buying cards. That's why I switched to Card Trader Zero. You shop their global marketplace, but instead of having every seller ship to you, they ship to Card Trader's hub first. Card Trader then packs everything into a single shipment for you, and it saves a small fortune on shipping fees. This package from Card Trader just arrived. These are 4 dark rituals that came from 4 different sellers, but they all arrived in 1 envelope, and every card was quality checked by the Card Trader team before it hit my door. Check out the link in the description to try Card Trader Zero's optimizer for yourself. Stop paying for multiple shipments and get just 1.
All right, on the draw for match number 2, we've opened up an insane hand I will keep. We can go Ancient Tomb, Sapphire. If they force, we force back into Petal. Our opponent always plays blue deck, so that's what I'm assuming they're playing today. Inventor's Fair. Are you actually not playing a big blue control deck today? Our opponent is known for playing like mana drain control decks. Norod, I guess they're not. Somebody must have broken them. We will Force of Will, exile Dig Through Time. That is a Sphere of Resistance. Another car. We'll play Island into Mock Sapphire. Maybe I'll just have to win this the old-fashioned way. But this person like traditionally only plays like really big garbage blue decks. And I'm not trying to be mean to them here, but that's like their brand. So I'm a little surprised to see that they're playing like a Golos Shops type deck. Pass the turn. They play a Mox Pearl and destroys my Ancient Tomb. Flooded Strand. We'll play Lotus Petal. This will turn our vehicle into a 4/4 creature. Yes. Get in there the old-fashioned way. Boom. Pass the turn. It looks like they're stuck on mana here. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to pass. I'd rather hold open the Force of Negation than play a card to get in for 4. Pass the turn back. Mishra's Workshop, a good draw for them. Unlocks probably most of their hand. Mystic Forge, we'll play Force of Negation. I was thinking that it's a little annoying this deck doesn't play a Surveil land. Like, I get that you're mono blue, but not having a Surveil land I feel like is actively bad. Okay, we'll draw. I guess I'll play Car here just to trigger. Yes. We're going to keep the original, and we'll attack. They're at 12. I feel like they're in the better spot here because I've sort of been drawing blanks, and they drew the best card in their deck, which was Mishra's Workshop. They play a Sorcerer's Spyglass. Sure, you got it. I don't think that card affects me here even a little bit. They named Cincy's Divining Top, a card that isn't even in my deck. We'll play Soul Ring. This will trigger our car. Beep, beep. Get in there. They are going to gain a life in their upkeep due to Inventor's Fair, so now they're up to 9. Stonecoil Serpent. This thing has reach, so it blocks our Fantasticar. I'm going to have to actually counter this. It's unfortunate. Alright, I no longer have a hand. Bummer. Alright, I'm not going to show them that I drew a land. I will just pass here. Crucible of Worlds. Sure, I mean, I don't have non-basics. That's fine. Hull Breacher. That does not trigger my car. We will pass. Maybe I'll get lucky and they'll play something that draws cards. I don't know. I was going to say the One Ring, but I don't actually want them to play the One Ring. 6 mana here. Is this a Golos? It is. Okay. They find Tolarian Academy. End step will play Hull Breacher. Come on, Time Twister. One time. Let's see it. Stock Up's not bad. We'll play Stock Up. This activates the car. Yes. Stock Up. We actually hit the Time Twister. No way. We'll take Ancient Tomb. I'm actually a little surprised that we're getting to do this here. Time Twister. Combo! I guess I'll make my vehicle into a creature again. So our opponent is going to lose their hand, and we're going to make 7 treasures. Let's go. And our opponent concedes. Beautiful. Love it. We'll bring in Hurkyl's Recall, Consign to Memory. We likely don't want the Hull Breachers. We probably don't want the Time Twister. Needle is probably okay. I could see an argument for Dismember if there's something that we think is worse. That brings us to 63. Mental Misstep has targets, like there's Soul Rings and Vexing Baubles and stuff like that. I don't think that this is a very good Mindbreak Trap matchup. Yes, there are starts where they play a bunch of things on turn 1, but I feel like they're few and far between. Like, this is more of like a lockdown prison deck than anything else. So I don't love Mindbreak Trap here. And I think maybe I'll just do the 1 Dismember. Let's try this. I mean, if I draw a blue mana, this hand is very good. I'm choosing to believe. Heart of the Cards, Yugi. Let's go. Inventor's Fair, Mox Ruby, Thorn of Amethyst. I guess I will counterspell. Exile Time Walk, and they're passing. We did not draw the blue mana. We'll play Mox Ruby, Mox Jet. And I think I'm going to hold the Ancient Tomb. Like, why would I play it out? Our opponent's playing Wasteland. There's nothing for me to do with this. It's only a disadvantage to play Wasteland. 3 mana for a Sphere of Resistance. That's fine. I mean, I have the Hurkyl's Recall. I just need blue mana. We will pass. Inventor's Fair brings them up to 21. Now a Null Rod. This one I probably have to counter. Because even if I draw a land, I probably can't fight through. I mean, I could let it go, because an island plus Ancient Tomb unlocks everything. A little crazy, but yeah, okay. You got it. Now we're both in it. Pass the turn. They play a Mox Sapphire, sure. Is Saga even worth playing? Alright. Don't have Wasteland. Pass the turn. Looks like they don't have Wasteland, and I will get to make constructs. Pass. This is what you wanted. You wanted Sphere Resistance and Null Rod. You did this to yourself. I hope you're happy. I just wanted to play an honest game of Magic the Gathering, and this is what you brought to the table. I do not feel bad for you. We will grab Black Lotus. Attack you for 6. They're back up to 19. We draw a Mox Pearl. Playing Mox Pearl actually doesn't help me here, because if I play the Mox Pearl, I do 2 more damage, right? And then I can't leave open Force of Negation in case they were to have something. So I don't think it makes sense to play the Mox Pearl. And then they concede the match. Well, Congratulations, you resolved a Null Rod and a Sphere of Resistance, and I did absolutely nothing. And we won. So we are now 2-0. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $15.99. This token combo pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens featuring classic Storm and Mana tokens, with new inclusions such as our modern Ruby Storm package, but that's not all. Our token pack covers a variety of formats from Pauper to CDH with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. We are on the play for the third match. I've also remembered to update our record. My apologies for not doing it the previous round. I'm usually very good about it, but I was distracted. Our opponent reveals a Lurrus of the Dream Den. We will keep. We'll play Basic Island, Mox Ruby, and Does Machines. We're going to counterspell a Does Machines. You got it, friend. I'm not going to complain about that. Blooded Strand. We draw another Does Machines, but I would like to Hull Breacher. So I am not going to tap my mana here. Flooded Strand, or an Undercity Sewers. Gets rid of a Mox Sapphire. Underground Sea, Nile Spellbomb. You got it. I think we'll just go to my turn. We'll cycle Time Walk. Spell Pierce. Okay. Was not expecting that. So I no longer have Hull Breacher open. Land number 3. Psychic Frog. Unfortunate. 2 cards in their hand. Play Flooded Strand. Well, I guess now, if they attack me with Frog, I get treasures. So I don't know. I could be wrong on this. I think if they pay here, I don't get a chance to... I'm not sure. I was like thinking that maybe I would get a chance if they pay. Yeah, I missed my window. I'm an idiot. I will flash in Hull Breacher now. I think I messed up. I should have done it on the Nile Spellbomb. Force of Will exiles Treasure Cruise. I will Force of Negation exiling Does Machines. Is this a dig through time? It is. Giving them that extra card might have bit me in the butt here. And them having open mana definitely mattered. Yeah, I didn't play this one very well. Hull Breacher, so I'll take some damage from the Frog here. But they do not draw a card, and I will get a treasure. The downside is my car has no fuel. Strip Mine, sure. Time Twister. I'll take a stock up. Let's go. Dig Through Time is certainly good. And Force of Will. Go to combat. Colorless Mana. They have Dismember. Do I really want to fight this hard? I mean, they're going to draw cards off the Frog, so maybe I do. So, I think I'm supposed to fight. This feels really bad. Okay. Force your Dismember. Pass the turn. Null Rod. Yep. Interesting that they used the Strip Mine there. Another Force. Like, is your last card Orcish Bowmasters? Is that why you did it this way? Looks like it is Bowmasters. Okay. Just I don't think I'm supposed to respect their last card in hand being Bowmasters, because then I just never get ahead. They attack. They put Lurrus to their hand. All right, that triggers the car. Yes. Get in there. This puts them to 6. They swing. I'm at 11. They have 4 cards in their hand. I cannot interact with... Ooh, they have Time Walk too, so now they can play the Lurrus. Alright, I've seen enough. I think my play cost me that game. It was small, but I needed to respond faster. I don't think I actually want Boomerang Basics versus Null Rod. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think that's just like not how we win this battle. Although, I have to say, I don't think this is a very good Mind Break matchup, so maybe we could get rid of those. We'll keep 2 Boomerang Basics. Let's try this. Game 2 on the play. Lurrus of the Dream Den. We'll keep. They were really fast to force Does Machines, so part of me's wondering if maybe I play it on turn 2 with Fluster backup. We'll play Mishra's Bauble. Target myself. I think I would like a Saga. We'll play Mox Ruby. And then just pass the turn. They have Basic Island. We draw the Fantasticar. We'll play Island. Fetch. This way, if I go to fetch later, they can't respond with like Ancestral Recall or something. And now we'll play Does Machines. Ancestral Recall, I will Fluster Storm. And they're going to counter my Does Machines. Okay. They have 5 cards still in their hand. This person draws pretty well. I mean, it happens, but I wish it didn't. They surveilled away a Snuff Out. Surprising. We'll play Saga. Wonder if I want to play Emerald to play around a Spell Pierce. Let's Probe. Maybe this is just coward's play, but they have consigned memory and double dismember. So I guess we'll play the car just to draw out the consigned memory so that way I can make constructs. They do use the consigned memory, and now their hand is polluted delta, double dismember. I will just pass here. They play their polluted delta, and then they draw Psychic Frog. What a hit. Wow. We draw another car. The car doesn't actually help me here. Player land, and just pass. They swing, so they have one unknown, but now they're about to draw another off of the Psychic Frog. End step will create a construct, dig through time. Wonder if it's crazy to just grab a Lotus here. If I grab Soul Ring, I won't lose any life or resources. And then I could go car into dig, but I would lose like a Spell Pierce or something. We'll grab the Lotus, play Mox Emerald. And now Fantasticar, if this resolves, Dismember can no longer kill my construct, so they need to Dismember now. So I'm hoping that they spend 3 mana and then don't have anything for dig. Alright, so let's dig through time. Actually, cancel. I should attack for 5 first. And now we'll spend 3 mana and dig through time. Okay. So if I take Soul Ring Mana Crypt, Dismember no longer kills my constructs. I could also take Mana Crypt Stock Up. How greedy is that? I could also do Tolarian Academy Stock Up. Have I played a land? Looks like no. So Tolarian Academy could be really good. Alright, I think it's Academy Stock Up. Might just be greedy, but we'll see. Play the Stock Up. I can do Pearl Fantasticar. We'll play Mox Pearl and Car. Pass. They have double Dismember in their hand. They play Mox Jet, Demonic Tutor. So they have like a Hercules Recall or something here. I feel like my opponent's done nothing but hit runners, but I did just have a very good turn. They play Time Walk. They can give their frog flying, so I can't block it. Now they draw. Their final 2 cards in hand are both Dismember, but they drew a card here. So now they're back up to 2 unknowns, and they're choosing to just pass. We drew our 1 of Dismember. This might actually be incredible. We'll play our Dismember. This triggers my car. I'll say no, because they have Dismember. Dig through time. Sheesh. Dismember, and they found the counterspell. So if I attack, they kill my construct and I do nothing. I will pass. So you could be a little hindsight biased and say like, oh, well, you should have activated the car. I didn't know that their card in hand was dig through time. Like, they could have just double Dismembered that turn, and I would have felt really dumb. So I don't think that was the correct play at all. I'm not blocking. I am at 10. They have 5 cards in their hand. Another frog. Killing me. I don't think I can win this. I'd have to draw, like, runners, and right now, I am not, and my opponent has drawn fairly well. This time they didn't attack. That's very strange. I think I'm going to just pass. Orcish Bowmasters, yep. And now they can Dismember and kill one of them. No, they can actually kill both. Oh. Yep, and now they can untap and Dismember and kill the other. They got me. Yeah, I did what I could. We are now 2-1. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. I wish I was on the play. We're in match number 4 and I've opened up an explosive Fantasticar hand. Unfortunately, we're on the draw. Let's see what the opponent's up to. Blooded Strand. We'll play Scalding Tarn, Mana Crypt, Fetch, and we're going to play Fantasticar here. Hopefully it resolves. It does. We'll play Mox Ruby, Trigger, No, Mishra's Bauble, and the opponent has conceded. Love it. Alright, so we have Flooded Strand to go on. Well, they're a blue deck, so we probably want Flusterstorm and Consigned to Memory. Do not want Boomerang Basics in these matchups. That's a pretty easy swap. Hit submit. Game 2, we're on the draw. I will keep. Really solid hand here. Volcanic Island and Mana Crypt. Sure. We will Force of Negation on stock up. Exile Does Machines. We draw a land. We'll play Mox Emerald. Does Machines. Trigger. We milled over a car. I don't think I really want another Does Machine. And I think I want the guaranteed third land for stock up, so I'll get rid of the Mishra's Bauble. Pass. Mana Crypt, they lose the flip. They're at 17. They play a Thundering Falls. It looks like they're just passing. Soul Ring was a good draw. We'll play Island. Soul Ring. Let's use the Does Machines. Returning Mishra's Bauble and Fantasticar. And I think we actually want to hold the Bauble for next turn. We'll pass. Mana Crypt does not deal them 3 damage. Thundertrap Trainer. So their paradoxical outcome. Okay. They find Consign to Memory. The Taxian Probe. Force of Will and Consign to Memory. And Bolas's Citadel. We'll play Fantasticar. They fetch. And I'm going to force them to play Force of Will here. Because if they don't, I will essentially kill them. So they must Force of Will. And now their last card in hand is Bolas's Citadel, which I don't even care about. We'll play Mishra's Bauble. Look at your top card. No way! Brutal! We'll play the Ruby. And I must pass. Oh, wow, their top card is Ancestral Recall. That's just some bad beats for me here. Okay. Do I pitch stock up to stop Ancestral Recall when I have a Does Machines that I can level up? I think so. Okay, we traded a Force of Will and a stock up for Ancestral Recall. They have Bolas's Citadel in hand, and I can level up Does Machines. Their last card in hand is Bolas's Citadel. I've cleared the others. A long pause here. We're going to activate the Does Machines and begin the beatdown. Boom. 3-3. Play you to 9. Makes the Bolas's Citadel in their hand worse, but also Mana Crypt is slowly killing them as well. And they concede the match. We are now 3-1 with one final round left to go. The Gold Sabertooth times the Epic Storm collection has arrived with 3 full-size tokens showcasing the beloved Dark Ritual, CDH Rogsai, and Legacy of the Epic Storm for just $5. On the backs of these tokens, there's a place for my signature or a custom message. In addition to these sweet tokens, a friendly reminder that all orders that ship from theepicstorm.com also come with a signed Storm token from yours truly. The final round, on the play with blue cars in Vintage. Oh my, this is a hand. Keep. Looks like they're on Dredge. I guess we'll just probe. I realize that if I probe, it's harder to trigger a car, but I need to know if I can play Ancestral Recall. Looks like I can. We'll play Scalding Tarn, pass the turn. Let's fetch. In their upkeep, I will Ancestral Recall. That wasn't a great recall. Boomerang Basics is not great in this matchup. And Hull Breacher does not stop Dredge because it's a replacement. Now they have Grief. Things are not going well. They should take the Mox Ruby, but let's see what they do. So they have Noxious Revival and a Creeping Chill left. And they do take the Mox Ruby. We draw another useless land. We'll play Does Machines. I think it's just supposed to be 2 lands here. Pass the turn. They're going to dredge most of their deck this turn. They had a Narcomoeba. They are playing blue. I started second guessing myself for a minute because I guess they showed Prized Amalgam earlier. Okay. And now their Prized Amalgams will come in. The third Boomerang Basics. We'll play our land. So if I go Jet, Car, Boom, Jet, that does trigger, but I need our opponent to not have anything. So we'll play the Fantasticar. Boomerang Basics on the Mox Jet. Trigger. No. And now we'll play Mox Jet. Yes. No. Play the Bauble. So we see that they have 2 Icarids. So on their turn, they have 10 power in play right now. They have 2 Icarids and 2 Creeping Chills left. So I think it doesn't make sense to swing out. What I could do is swing with 2. If they just take 8, that's fine, because I can clear 2 blockers next turn. Probably just use the Mishra's Bauble now. The Ghoul. I'm wondering if there's a difference between 2 and 3 attackers. I think there is. I'll attack with 2. They do chump block, and we'll pass the turn. I get a Mishra's Bauble trigger. Black Lotus doesn't really help me here, although I could be able to make another card next turn. That is a possibility. And they're going to dredge most of their deck. Icarid is going to enter. Another prized amalgam triggers. They're at 16. Like I mentioned, I can clear 2 blockers with Boomerang Basic. They Noxious Revival and put a Bazaar of Baghdad back on top. Yikes. They had another Narcomoeba and another Creeping Chill, so I no longer have lethal. They have 1 card left in their hand. We'll block 2 prized amalgams, and I'll take 9. But I think I can create lethal on my turn. I could be wrong, but I think I can make it happen. So I can play Black Lotus and then Does Machines to return Fantasticar and Black Lotus, and then make 8 constructs that fly in the air, or so I believe. Force of Will. So Black Lotus is spell number 1. We'll make 3 blue, tap the Jet, and now we'll Does Machines, return Fantasticar and Black Lotus. We'll play the Fantasticar. I've yet to make 8 tokens, so this would be a first for me. Black Lotus. Hey, we did it. Nice. Take that, Dredge deck. I mean, I'm still going to count that in my personal notes. I'll maybe one day write about it in a memoir. One time, back in 2026, I made 8 4/4 constructs with flying. Anyway, enough of that. We'll bring in Leyline of the Void, Tabernacle, Tormod's Crypt, Pithing Needle. We probably want Flusterstorm. Not a very good Mindbreak Trap matchup. Same thing with Force of Negation, get rid of those. I don't love Hull Breacher in this matchup just because Dredge is a replacement. I also don't think Boomerang Basics is amazing, but I'm also wondering if like maybe I'm boarding too much out. So if we board out Boomerang Basics, what does my blue count look like? Actually, it's not too bad. We'll have 21. I think that's fine. Okay, let's submit. They exile 2 forces, 2 Serum Powder. This hand does not have a Leyline. It has a Tabernacle, but like I don't think Tabernacle is like a slam dunk card. I think we can do better. I'll mulligan. This hand is even worse. Down to 5. Am I getting rid of Ancestral Recall in hopes to dig for a Leyline and hope that they don't have Force of Vigor? I would be going to 4. Okay. Down to 4. Down to 3. We are keeping 3. Alright, Leyline of the Void. You do not have Force of Vigor. You do not have Force of Vigor. Bazaar of Baghdad. They have 5 cards in their hand. Mishra's Bauble will play it. Look at their top card. They Grief. I'll play my island and pass. We draw another Mishra's Bauble. They're going to Bazaar of Baghdad again. Follow one. Does Machines. Honestly, not a bad draw here. Let's play Urza Saga. Does Machines. They counter it. We'll play Mishra's Bauble. And I should have, and I realized this after I had done it previously, I should Bauble in their upkeep because then the card can't be discarded to Grief. Another hollow one. No! Oh, wow. All right. I thought I had more time. Looks like I won't. Ooh. I guess they could have played one there. Interesting. They could have played the second hollow one and they didn't. I unfortunately did not draw the land here to allow me to make constructs. I was really, really banking on that. Now they're going to activate the Bazaar of Baghdad. Okay, things are looking grim. This will put me down to 12. They could have played this last turn and they didn't. And I'd be dead if they did. Mana Crypt, not a good enough draw here. I think I'm just dead. Like, I have Tabernacle as an out, but I'd have to hit it, like, immediately. So, am I supposed to get Mishra's Bauble to give me an extra look? Or do I get Needle to shut off their Bazaars? I think it's supposed to be Bauble. Because Bauble gives me a chance to also trigger the car next turn to make blockers. We'll use the Mishra's Bauble. I mean, I'd have to hit perfects next turn. But it's within the realm of possibilities. So this attack will put me to 4. Alright, Tabernacle. Let's see it. Island is not good enough. Does Machines could, in theory, hit Tabernacle. We'll play Does Machines. And they have Force of Will. Okay. We did not get there. I mean, I put up a reasonable fight for a mulligan to 3, though. I'll keep it as it is. On the play for the final game of this Vintage League. It's a turn 1 stock up with Force backup. But is that good enough versus Dredge? I think it might be. Or the Science we're keeping. I know it doesn't have Leyline, but not every hand has Leyline. They're on a mulligan to 4, now down to 3. And they just conceded the match. I guess we got a freebie. Alright, so a strong 4-1 finish, losing to the Dimir Luris deck. I liked it. I was impressed by Does Machines. I think it was probably better than Flow State. I'm not 100% sure on that, but there was a match where we got to beat down and ultimately it won where Flow State wouldn't have. I liked the 4 Boomerang Basics, but we didn't face the Mono White Initiative deck. They did come up against Dredge where they cleared an avenue for me to win, which was pretty cool. I liked the deck overall. I don't expect it to be legal in a month, but it's still a really sweet time capsule thing to play. Mono blue cars. Who would have guessed they would be a vintage deck? Yeah, so congrats to Crazy Diamond for winning the Vintage Challenge with pretty much this same deck. I mean, I changed the sideboard and 1 card in the main deck, but really, really sweet innovation. Thanks to Nick Walker for letting me know about the deck when I was looking for something to play today. Thank you to all of you for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, keep storming. That was a sweet donation deck. If you're interested in seeing your favorite combo deck here at the Epic Storm, visit theepicstorm.com/donation decks, where you can submit a deck to be featured here on this channel. And on top of that, if you're a higher member tier of this channel, like a Stormtrooper or a Combo Cabal, you get 50% off or even free. So there's tons of perks. Submit a donation deck today.